A cold, harsh blue light from a smartphone screen cuts through the dark, illuminating an exhausted, strained face. Your thumbs fly across the keyboard. Tap, tap, tap. Faster and faster. You are writing a massive message. It is a long, heavy wall of text, filled with sharp arguments, bottled up pain, and logical proof. It is everything you have kept inside, while this person slowly broke down your boundaries and used you for their own gain. You want to press that send button. You desperately want to see them fall silent. You want them to finally understand the damage they caused, to feel the weight of their own actions. But right there, in that quiet split second, where your finger hovers over the screen, just as your breath catches in your throat, stop, take a breath, take one single step back. In our first episode, we learned how to hiss like a defensive viper, drawing a firm line to protect our physical boundaries. In the second episode, we gathered the courage to open our hands and drop the burning coal of hidden, unspoken resentment, choosing not to carry their poison inside our bodies. But today, standing at the final boundary line, you find yourself stuck in a different trap. How do you make your silence the most devastating consequence for a manipulator without ever having to say a single bitter word? Today, in this final episode of our series, The True Depth of Patience, we invite you to step into the highest teaching of the wise. We will explore a state of absolute stillness that can completely neutralize even the most vicious psychological attacks. Let us look at the world we live in right now. Perhaps you are standing outside your manager's office on your very last day of work, ready to finally expose every injustice you tolerated from a toxic boss. Or maybe you are packing your bags to walk out of a relationship that drained you for years, desperately wanting to turn back one last time, to scream in their face, to prove that they were wrong and you were right. Your ego is screaming. It whispers in your ear that if you just walk away in silence, they will think they won. They will think you were weak. They will think you ran out of things to say. Your ego tells you that you must have the last word. You must make them see. And so you decide to stay. You jump right back into the mud to fight. The manipulator stands there, a slow, mocking smile spreading across their face. They throw out a cheap insult, testing you. Your blood boils. Your hands shake with anger. You use every piece of logic and every sharp word you have to defend yourself and hit back. But ask yourself, what is the true cost of that argument? Whether you win or lose, your heart is still pounding. Your hands are still shaking. And when you close your eyes tonight, your mind will play that person's face on a loop, over and over again. You thought you were fighting for justice, but the truth is, you are still in their cage. The suffocation is still there. You are still not free. Let us be completely honest with ourselves. Do you truly believe that unmasking them, screaming the truth, or fighting them to the bitter end means you have won? No, the truth is quite the opposite. The very moment you struggle to explain yourself, the moment you plead for them to understand or try to strike back, you are voluntarily handing over the remote control of your mind to the person who hurt you. You might think they fear your anger, but manipulators and toxic people never fear your rage. When you scream, when you cry, or when you write those long, desperate messages, you are simply showing them that they still hold the keys to your peace. This burning urge to have the final word is not strength. It is the quiet, desperate cry of a wounded ego. No matter how loud you raise your voice, deep down, you are on your knees, begging for validation from the very person who broke you. You are voluntarily playing your part in their theatre. The moment you pick up a stone to throw it back at your enemy, you are the only one who ends up with dirty hands and a tired heart. So, how do we completely take away their power? How do we turn off their stage without shedding a single tear? To find this way out, let us leave your small, suffocating room behind. Let us step back over 2,000 years in time. Enter the quiet, leaf-shaded grounds of the Jeta Grove and listen to one of the most intense and remarkable conversations in the history of the path. On that day, a monk named Punna bowed deeply before the Buddha, asking for permission to travel to a distant land called Sunaparanta to share the teachings. The Buddha looked at his disciple, his eyes calm, wise, and deeply protective. He warned Punna that the people of Sunaparanta were known to be incredibly harsh, violent, and cruel. And so, the Buddha began a series of intense psychological questions, testing the absolute depth of his disciple's mind. The Buddha asked, "Punna, if the people of that land insult you, if they curse you to your face with the most bitter words, what will you think?" Punna answered calmly, "Blessed One, I will think that they are truly kind and gentle because they only attack me with words and have not yet struck me with their hands or thrown stones at me." The Buddha pushed a step further, raising the level of violence. "But Punna, what if they do become violent? What if they strike you with their hands and throw stones at you?" Punna's face remained as still as a deep mountain lake. "Blessed One, I will still think they are kind and gentle, because they only use hands and stones, and have not yet attacked me with clubs or swords." The air in the grove seemed to stand completely still. The Buddha then presented the ultimate test of violence and hatred. He asked, in a quiet, solemn voice, "Punna, what if they truly intend to take your life? What if they attack you with sharp swords and take your breath away? Will your stillness hold when you face death itself?" Facing the absolute boundary of life and death, Punna did not blink. He smiled gently and replied, "Blessed One, if they take this life with sharp swords, I will think they are deeply compassionate, because they are simply freeing me from this fragile, painful body, saving me from its endless burdens." The Buddha smiled, his voice filled with deep warmth. "Well," said Punna, "with a mind as still as yours, you are truly ready to walk freely through a chaotic world. This is the peak of equanimity, known in the teachings as Upekkha. True endurance is not about forcing yourself to bear painful blows, nor is it about swallowing your tears in silence. True equanimity is the clear-seeing wisdom that understands the true nature of every insult. An unkind word has no solid form of its own. It only exists, and it only hurts when there is a massive, rigid ego standing there to receive it. Imagine this peace of equanimity as standing behind a crystal clear, completely soundproof glass wall. On the other side of the glass, your enemy is screaming. Their face is red with rage. They are wild, throwing hands, pointing fingers, and continuously flinging thick, dark mud toward you. You stand on this side of the glass, your eyes clear and quiet. You see their madness. You understand their deep pain and ignorance. But not a single loud sound passes through the glass to touch your ears. Not a single drop of mud can stain your clothes. The weapons of the hostile fail completely. They strike empty air and shatter on their own. You do not get angry. You simply see the garbage for what it is, and you choose to walk past it rather than picking it up and putting it in your pocket. Now, look back at your phone screen, glowing in the dark of your room. Look at that massive draft, filled with all the explanations and pain you were about to send. Take a deep breath. Let your finger move slowly. Press delete. Clear the entire screen. Block the number and quietly set the phone down. The ultimate way to handle someone who mistreats you is not to build a stage for a bloody drama to prove who is right and who is wrong. The ultimate way is to quietly pack your things, close the door behind you, and permanently pull the plug on the power source that feeds their control over your life. You leave them behind, performing all alone on a stage without a single person in the audience. The most devastating consequence you can ever give them is to live a brilliant, beautiful life, to the point where you no longer even remember their name. Over the 3 parts of this series, we have traveled a long way together. Look down at your own hand. It no longer needs to tighten into a hard fist to defend your boundaries. It no longer carries the painful, blistering burns from holding onto the hot coal of unspoken resentment. That hand is now completely relaxed, gently and peacefully opening up. Choosing silence and walking away was never a sign of weakness. You are not surrendering to them. You are simply surrendering to your own peace. Turn the doorknob, push the door open, and step outside. Leave the empty noise behind you. In front of you now is a vast, clear sky filled with warm sunlight and a cool, fresh breeze brushing past your shoulders. The door is wide open. Step forward and be free.